Thanks for watching Roland Digs It. I'm Roland, and I'm going to show you guys something that you're going to find familiar. We're not doing the review about this. The review is still about a watch, but I'm going to show you something and you're going to kind of already get a little hint here. This. Does this shape look familiar to you folks? Do you guys know what this is? If you guessed a Swiss Army knife, you're right. It is a basic, very simple Swiss Army knife that I have had for like 15 years. It doesn't get more simple than this. This is your basic Swiss Army knife with a few functions, but the things that it does and the functionality that it has is flawless. It's something that I can pick up around the office and I can get the job done of what I'm trying to do immediately without having to think twice and without having to worry about whether or not this thing's going to do the task that I set forth for it. That being said, Swiss Army being synonymous with reliability and quality is what brings us to the watch we're going to talk about, which is the Victorinox INOX. This is, again, like the Swiss Army knife. When you need it, it's there. You need it to be reliable. It's reliable. You need it to function and do the right thing every single time, and that's what this watch does. They put a great movement in it. They put a Sellita SW200 movement inside of the watch. This is the automatic one. So a Sellita SW200 movement, about 40-hour power reserve. It's a workhorse of a movement. If you're thinking honest to good, old school, reliable engines in a car, you probably think like a Chevy 350. That's what they used in trucks and the Corvette, and they just used it in the Camaro. They used it in so many cars. Same thing. Reliable, crazy, strong, robust engine inside of this watch. You can't beat it. Now, is it a little bit hefty? Yeah, it's a little bit big, a little bit thick, but at 43 millimeters, it's not too crazy. Let's take a closer look here. It's got a beautiful blue dial with like a little bit of a biscuit pattern to it. And then you have the crown at the 3 o'clock position. Now, don't go too crazy trying to figure out what the model number of this is. I'll put that in the description, but it doesn't really matter. If you go to Google and you search for the Victorinox INOX Automatic, you're gonna find one style, which is stainless steel, colored dial, crown at 3 o'clock position. There's gonna be different colors, but there's only one variation of the INOX, and that is what you're seeing here. It's an INOX Automatic. 3-hand movement, date at the 4 o'clock position, crown signed at the 3 o'clock position right here. It's going to have a display case back so that way you can see that venerable Sellita movement, and it's just going to be robust. It's a very robust, well-built watch. It's a thick bad boy. This Mamma Jamma is 14 millimeters thick. Just to give you an idea of what 14 millimeters is, that is the same as this stack of 8 quarters. Imagine go home, or if you're at home right now, see if you find 8 quarters. You got 8 quarters lying around? If you got 8 quarters lying around, that's about 14 millimeters. That's how thick this wristwatch is. It's 14 millimeters thick, and it may not look like it, but it really is, because that raised bezel, that raised, really just rugged looking beveled bezel. And it does look good, by the way. I love the way it looks. This is just such a gorgeous little simple watch. And I say simple because it doesn't have a whole lot of stuff going on to make it look like it's more substantial than it is. Some watches will go crazy on the dial doing all kinds of different little features, whereas Victorinox kept it simple. You got 3 colors. You got blue, you got stainless steel on the dial, and then you have white for the lume. It's that simple. Even the Victorinox logo is white loomed. Automatic down here at the bottom. Victorinox Swiss Army up there at the top. Date window, and then Swiss made down here at the very, very bottom. And then, of course, around the rehaut, you do have the numbers and the ticks for the hour markers. And you have a basic 24-hour clock around the rehaut down there. It has a screw down crown, so it is water resistant up to 200 meters. Now, this is not a super cheap watch. This watch is going to cost you upwards of $1,000 if you're getting it brand new. You can get it used on eBay. You can get it gray market from Joma's shop. Yeah, this watch normally commands about $1,000 to $1,200. Now, I've had this watch for well over a year. I don't bash it up and bang it the way that I do with my G-Shocks. It's mainly worn for business purposes. I like it because it's understated, but yet at the same time, it's still classy. People, they sometimes recognize that it's a Victorinox, but no one knows what the cost of it is. They don't know whether it's a $100 watch or a $1,000 watch. It's unassuming. Now, this one does have the odd choice of a strap. This is wood. You can't really tell, but this is wood on the strap. It's perforated wood and it's backed with leather. It's a great looking strap, stainless steel case back with the sapphire crystal on the front and the back, by the way. It's water resistant to 200 meters, leather strap on one side, and then of course that interesting wood on the other side. Now, here are some pros and here's some quick cons for you guys. Pros, 43 millimeters. It is just big enough to be considered a larger watch, but yet it's still small enough not to be ridiculous like the IWC Big Pilot or some of your G-Shocks that are 54 millimeters. It wears smaller because of the way that it cuts in on the body. So yes, it's 43 millimeters, I'm sorry, but the way that the shape cuts in, it's so aggressive that it just wears smaller than it is. The 14 millimeters, that could be a turnoff for some people, but again, the way that it wears and the way that the watch curves, it feels thinner than it really is. After wearing this for about 10 to 15 minutes, you won't even realize that the watch is 14 millimeters thick anymore. The only way that the watch becomes an issue when it's 14 millimeters thick, I would say, is if you have a wrist size that is under 6¼ inches, or if you're wearing a long sleeve button-up shirt, specifically French cuffs. Don't wear this watch with a French cuff. You will get frustrated and annoyed. Another drawback, right? Another drawback about it is that for the price that you pay, let's say you do buy this for $1,000, right? You pay full retail, you buy it brand new, you're getting the Sellita SW200 movement. You can get that movement in $300 watches. And you're getting sapphire crystal, stainless steel, again, all these things in a $300 watch. What you may not be getting is just the attention to detail and the build quality that Victorinox throws in their watches. You may not be getting that in the exact same $200 or $300 watch. But yeah, you can probably get a lot of those same features in a $200 or $300 watch. But I have to say, after wearing it, I do have $200 Seikos, $300. I have $300 Seikos, and I have ones with sapphire crystals. I don't feel that they feel any more robust and quality than this. This feels much more well built than some of my Seikos. Actually, it feels about as well built as most of the Hamilton Scubas that I've handled. One other drawback I would say that I'm kind of concerned about, or a possible con that you guys may have think this is this wooden strap. How long is this gonna last? Is this going to be something that's going to last forever? Now, Victorinox is known for making very durable, very rugged straps, bracelets, cases, and all that stuff, especially the INOX. And I feel like it's going to last for a long time, but then again, we really don't know. And the INOX, by the way, if you're wondering about it, it's not some special acronym or anything like that. No, it's just short for the French word inoxydable, which is just stainless in French. Pros are, it feels great wearing this watch. I don't feel like I got a dinky little toy on my wrist. I feel like if I was to take a tumble down the stairs, my watch is gonna be just fine. Now, that's one pro. Another pro is it keeps excellent time. Oh my gosh, it keeps such excellent time. Another pro, I think, is the color combination. Blue dial, white lume around the hour markers and on the hands. A teeny weeny pip of red on that second hand, which looks really cool if you can see that while it's moving there. I'll see if I can stop the second hand for you guys so you can see it. Boom. There we go. See that little pip of red on the second hand there? It looks pretty cool. And then very simple dial. Another pro. I don't have to worry about getting this in the water, washing dishes, or anything like that. This thing is water resistant to 200 meters. As long as you screw down this crown, this thing will be just fine. No worries when it comes to wearing this watch and getting it wet. And then finally, another one is just, I really like this strap. With this strap, I love these kind of deployant straps right here, these fold over clasps. With this strap, the way that I can buckle it down here on this leather strap, I can dial it in to exactly where I need it to be so I can wear this watch comfortably. I'm not having to worry about like, oh no, it's a little too loose, it's a little too, you know, it's a little too tight. I can dial it in exactly where I need it, lock it down, and wear the watch. And the beauty of that is that if I want to loan this to a friend, or if I want to give this to, you know, my brother-in-law or my wife to wear, for instance, I don't have to think twice about it. I just literally hand them the watch, size it for them, make sure it fits them right, and they're good to go. That's it. This watch ticks all the boxes. Is this something that you could see yourself wearing? Could you cough up full retail for this watch of $1,200 from Victorinox? Do you see yourself paying that much for this watch? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for everything. Keep an eye out for the next video coming up soon, because that's going to be discussing the G-Shock giveaway. Gonna have to make up some time for you guys because I had to work all last month. So we're gonna be doing two G-Shock giveaways at once. So I'm gonna announce that in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.